Hello, kindred spirits. Today we're going to be doing a partial house tour, a before and after house tour. But first, we're going to get some things done around the house and a little craft project. Raise your hand if you've ever gone to hang, let's say, one Halloween decoration, and you end up painting your whole kitchen, or at least the trim and the doors and some other woodwork. One or two of you maybe? No one? Well, that's what I did this week. One day, I spent the whole day doing some painting that I should have done almost a year ago. I finally got it done, so I'm just going to do some work here in the kitchen. Then I'm going to give you a tour of what the kitchen looks like all cleaned up before it gets messy again. And then I can't really call this a house tour. I'm just going to show you a few little snippets of a couple of the rooms that I've been just cleaning up and getting ready for our cozy season. I'm hoping to do a little before and after, like when we first moved in and what it's like today. I'm hoping to do that soon. I actually wanted to do it for this video, but it wasn't in the cards. I've had a couple busy weeks, and down the road I'll probably tell you about it, but right now let's get to painting and let's get to cleaning up the house and some thrifting, and I'll probably just show you a few meals that I've made. You know the deal. Welcome to Sugarwood. Well, what started out as I was just going to redo my counters, clean them off, put some Halloween things out, I decided it was time to paint this window. And those who follow me know I easily jump from one thing to another. That's what I do. So I went down to the basement, got my paints, and I came across my paint sticks. I think I've shown this in past videos, but one thing I like to do is once I'm finished with a paint job, I keep the paint stirrer, and then I mark on it the room. So when I found the living room paint in the basement from the previous owner and did some touch up, I made sure to put it in there, and it's called Croquet in the living room. And I have paint colors here from past homes. Since this looks very close to Briarwood, but I know that's Iron Gate. And then this is Revere Pewter, or no, that is Briarwood. So I'm showing how close they are, but I forgot to write on these. So I'm going to do that soon. And then I think what I might do is drill holes at the end so I can just hang these, because I collected these around the basement to show you. And one of the reasons I was looking for these is to confirm this paint color. I couldn't find the can right away. Finally did find it. We have a lot down there. It's a small basement, but we fit a lot. And I realized I don't have a paint stirrer for that. I don't know why. So I brought up a fresh one. And I'm going to take care of this paint. Now, if you are curious about the paint colors, this is probably very noisy. If you're curious about the paint colors in this house and Groton House, there is a link on my website. I put down all those colors, and I'm gonna have to look myself because this is our master bathroom and hallway. I never wrote the name of it, so I'm gonna do that for myself. This was an off-the-shelf Oops paint, and I loved it. So I just thought I'd show you that. Now I'm going to open this up, put my plastic out, do a little sanding, and prep this. I have nails up there from when I did the leaf garland. I think I'm going to leave those for now. I might just paint them out white to make them disappear, because I'm going to be putting more up there, and in the future I'll probably just put little tiny cup hooks, but I think I'll leave them because they're measured out and the holidays are here, and I know I'll be using them. Yeah, I just realized I never even painted over the window the Simply White because I was undecided if the bee wallpaper was going to be in here, which it's not. It's in the bedroom now, so I have to do that too. Oh well. Probably not today. Coffee's done. This is one of my favorite tools. Let me bring it up here. I don't know if it's gonna focus in. I use this for so many different projects. It's great for opening cans, the works, scraping. White River, number 1499. You can write that down here. Okay, so one of my favorite brushes is from Worcester. It's the short bristles, and this one has a rubber handle. Some have wood. And I use these every project, unless I need extra length on a handle. Love this. So I'm just gonna go in and right now just cut some edges. And then I'm gonna roll. Oh, it looks better already. Okay, why did I wait so long? This is gonna go pretty darn fast. Oh, Linda. Now sometimes when you use a roller on trim, you'll get a little on the edge. You just want to make sure you get that excess so you don't have little drips. Okay, well my first coat is drying. It's hard to see. I know the color's not that different. I am going to move over here. I've already moved things off the counter. I also have where we re-enclosed two old beams that were from the two barns or two sheds that were put together. So I'm gonna paint this as well. There was discussion if I was going to paint this particular one and kind of make this part of the kitchen look a little separate, but for now, I am going to leave it as is and just focus on that.
I'm using a clean, dry brush just to get some little things around the edges like maybe cobwebs. Not that I have cobwebs, but I have some cobwebs. And while I'm here, I am painting out the wires that go to the LED lights under the cabinets. They're brown and they always stand out, so now I'm painting them. And this is the culprit that started it all. I was just going to hang this picture instead of where it says sweet cream and do some decorating, but no, I had to start painting.
Well, it's finished. I am so excited that I made the choice to work on this project today, because not only did I get the window painted, not only did I get this beam painted, I did a little accessorizing changes here in the kitchen. I also did a second coat on all of the doors, including the kitchen door. I've got some messes going on in the other spaces. I did a second coat on that door. And I started doing a second coat on some of the windows. But it's 46 degrees right now, but earlier it was cooler actually. So I am pleased to be getting this project moving forward. And I have to give myself a little pat on the back. I'm going to, because I was being hard on myself for not having this painting job done here over the windows for such a long time. But I have done a lot of other things, and I have to keep reminding myself of that. And I would like to ask you to do the same. If you find yourself being hard on yourself on things you haven't done, think about the things that you have done and all of the stuff that you have accomplished. Speaking of accomplished, some of you might be new and might not know the situation with this kitchen. When we purchased the house, there were no windows at the end and there was no fireplace. So we have done quite a bit here, and there is a video that shows, well, actually a lot of videos that show all the steps. This space has had a very large transformation. Kitchen is very cozy now. You might see that I put the black shades back on the chandelier. Once again, I do have a video way back. This was a brass chandelier that was in a previous home. I painted it with flat black, and I also painted the shades, but I left the tops brass just for a little detail. But I am so glad to get this major painting project done over here. I'm going to try to tackle a room at a time and get some things done. But today, it was a whole day of painting, cleaning, and doing a little decorating. I took down my sweet cream sign and I put 2 creepy signs here. And the witch, I had the plate behind her. Now this was in the Halloween box. And I'm going to show a few things that were in the boxes, and then I will show you how I've used them in some. Like the little pumpkin, I'm just going to reach up here. I'm going to move it about, but I have it in here just until Cricket goes home. But that was in the fall box. This pumpkin was handmade for us in Massachusetts, and I can't even imagine. I think they had several artisans working on this, but hundreds. They made hundreds for us, so I was very pleased. And as far as I know, unless somebody didn't tell me, none arrived broken. We were extra, extra, extra careful with how we wrapped those up. Yep. And over here on this wreath, outside of my office, there is a tree that's dropping what I think are different looking pine cones than what I'm used to seeing. And I grabbed a few that were on the ground and I just tucked them here. This is my little bit of sparkle. I've had this wreath for years. I had it hanging on the door a while ago, but I realized I do like that soft green wreath. And then I'll replace it with the new wreath I got last year for Christmas with the ice skates. But I'm pleased how this came out. I just literally, like I said, just tucked them in. And I'm enjoying that. It's funny, when I look through the camera, this glass looks foggy, but in person it's not. So, and I think I mentioned it before, this candle was also in the fall box. Claire Burke, Applejack and Peel. I used to carry their line when I had my store over at Twin Elm, and I carried a few of their products after. I brought the myrtle topiary trees in a while ago. They're not faring too well, but I'm trying to keep them alive just enough until I can get maybe some rosemary trees for in here. I might get some more myrtle now that I know how to keep them alive, but they were outside from heat to cold, and then when we went away on vacation, they just didn't fare very well. Next thing to tackle might be the pantry. It is a mess.
Now here's a look for you. I have my gardening shoes on, my pajamas, my wool coat, and I have clippers because I'm still trying to follow on my goal of every time Willa goes out, I'm doing some garden snipping. So right now, this is what I'm doing. I already set up the wheelbarrow over in the side yard to start in an area this morning. And this is just going to be a couple clippings. I normally, of course, would put on my gardening gear, but some mornings I am just ready to start. So yesterday, during one of her trips out, I did here, but now I'm going to work over in this area. It's 34 degrees, so like I said, this is not going to be a long visit, and I just do a couple snips here and there, eating that elephant a bite at a time.
So it was just a little quick visit, but I was able to cut down the hosta. It's in the cart. So I have accomplished something already this morning. And a little bit later, I'll come out and do more. You ready to go in, Missy? Let's go inside. Well, here it is, 30 degrees. It's the coolest I've seen since last early spring, late winter. Well, having my sparkly leaves and pumpkins and everything inside makes sense. It just looks like all the sparkling outside right now from the frost. I'm heading into the office early, and we have a nice warm 29 degrees. Actually, it said 28 when I got in the car. But I'm heading out early. I want to get some orders out because we have some more things happening at the house today, and I need to be home for that. And Cricket's going home, so like I said, I'm just heading off for a nice early morning at the office, and then I'll be back at home just doing some cleaning and getting ready for our weekend.
I had to pull over and just take this in. It's just so quiet and peaceful right now.
This is just down the street from my house. Isn't this beautiful? I thought I'd share just a couple of my thrift finds for the week. Now, my cup I've had for years. I did find this one thrifting, and it's called Asiatic Pheasant, I believe. This is one style from one company in England. And when I was out thrifting, I found this one. I really did think they were the same because this one is also called Asiatic Pheasants. But they are a little different, but for me, that's okay. I have a little apple turnover that I cooked last night. It was from a box, don't think I did this. And I'm gonna enjoy that right now for my early morning coffee. But a couple other things I found. I love black and white plates. I have some others that I've shown in the past. And if I could find some black transferware that are old, I'm going to start collecting those. But these are new. They are microwave safe. Royal Stafford, made in Burslem. The only thing is they're all the same pattern. And if I wanted to display them on the wall, sometimes it's fun if they're all a little different to look at. But I'm hosting a couple friends. They're coming over actually. We're gonna do some metal detecting in the yard, and I'm gonna do a little Halloween theme luncheon, and I'll probably use this, the black and white. Hopefully I'll have time to show you the little tablescape. Just doing it for fun. And then I purchased all of these plates, which I don't know if I'll share it today or not, but I cleaned a lot of them with a baking soda and water paste, sometimes a little vinegar. A lot of them were very yellowed. I even tried denture cleaner, which in the past I've used. These are probably not porous enough to do some of that, but these are a mixture of newer plates from Mason, and I'll go over the difference of those either in this video or later. I think I already filmed it. It has to do with the little swag there on what I'm gonna call the window treatment. Well, actually, let me see if I can find one for you now while I'm here, just in case I don't get to. Let me put my phone down for a minute. All right, so one way of dating pottery and china is their mark. Now, this is a little bit older, and if you look at, once again, I'm gonna call this a window treatment, the jabots on the side are shorter, and that's just one of the few differences. I'll leave this turned over. And then we have this one, it's newer. The window treatment jabot has a longer tails on it. So once again, those are the lights from my cabinet. Let me see, here we go. So here we are, once again, shorter tails and longer. And then some of the other differences you can see on this one, it says Vista England, and over here it does not. We have a blue mark, over here it doesn't. So there's a lot of differences. So I have to do, like I said, some more research. But right now I'm going to enjoy my popover with my cup of coffee by the fire and get some things started for the day. I just realized I feel like I'm totally clashing right now with my toile pajamas in blue, or actually I'm gonna call this my periwinkle, and this Asiatic pheasant. But that's okay. I like toile, just like in my butler's pantry. Let's go in the butler's pantry. I think I have to show all three things together. Yes, I have to do that. I don't know why, but I'm going to. That's what we're gonna do. Even though it's a mess in there. I have not cleaned it yet. Well, here we are. Toile, toile, toile. I think it's safe to say I like me toile. It's time I recharge the lights. I have been loving these. All I need to do is reach inside, pull it from its magnetic base, and then, at least here in the tavern, I have an extension cord inside the cabinet, and I just plug the two in. Right now, they're red, but when the charge is complete, they will turn green. This is one of my favorite Amazon purchases. Actually, I have quite a few. I should share more of those in a while. Actually, while I was walking away, how cool would it be to have these go out and then use them as a Halloween decor at night, just glowing in the corner of a room. I think that would be funny. That's just my sense of humor, though. Okay, they've turned green, so I'm going to unplug them and just pop them back in. They're going to be held in by the magnet, and then I'll turn them on with my little handheld remote control. Hopefully, those do have batteries that are still working. Let's go into the bedroom. I have not done a lot here for fall or Halloween. I did add a little pillow to the bed, and I think I took a nighttime view of this. I brought in a ceramic pumpkin, and I put some of the little orange timer lights that I showed a couple weeks ago. And this piece was from a purchase last year, but the pumpkin fell off. I have it in the, let's see where I have it, on the porch. So I just put this pumpkin on top. The only difference I think in here is I didn't show are these little tall black holders. I showed them thrifting, but I never showed them put up here in the bedroom. I really didn't know where I wanted to put them. So for now, I'm just do a little further back view here. I just have them underneath my other thrifted candle holders. I think everything in here is thrifted, except for this chair was Ethan Allen, and I bought the pillows at my friend's house. She is a textile designer, and these are pillows that she sold at one of her barn sales. But haven't really done anything in here. I have selected a carpet. I just have to get myself over to the store to order it. But luckily it will be in, I believe, before the really cold season. And it's just going to go around the edge of the room because we do have the vents going all the way around. And on this side, they're not out as far. So I'm going to use this piece of furniture as how far it comes out so that it's equal on either side. So it's going to be an area rug. I didn't want to have wall to wall, especially, well, I would love to have wall to wall, but with Willow, she has gotten sick and we've had to throw out carpets. This time we're going with 100% wool. Yeah, this room, it's about, it's about done. Carpet and then some fun accessories. But I really haven't focused on this room since I wallpapered it. Love the light that comes in here though. Oh, can you imagine? This used to be a sunroom. The amount of sun that comes in, I can imagine that. It had floor to ceiling windows on this side, and where the furniture is was a slider. I don't have pictures of what that looks like other than from the exterior with the longer windows out front with shutters. But this is an addition. It's reproduction. I'm going to show a before photo and I've yet to add my little Halloween touches in here, but obviously Willow has been here since I cleaned the cushions and fluffed them. I love her dearly. I love her dearly. So at least 95% of our home is thrifted items. And someday I will do a room by room thrifting video for sure. But these little dogs up here have to go back up on the mantle. I moved them when Cricket was visiting. I hadn't shown this one. I've got my PJs on still. But I haven't shown this Federal mirror. This was a thrift find. It's a Sirocco, probably 60s maybe. But it does have the bullseye glass. And it's a nice small size. So I picked that up. I do forget what I paid. Maybe $20. I do forget. But I will one day, like I said, do a video because pretty much everything in here is consignment. I'm trying to think of what's not consignment in here. Oh, well, I can call it consignment. This is a piece of furniture. We carried a line. This, I believe, is Hooker, and I had that at one of my furniture stores. So that's new. It came with me. Same with this piece. This came along with me, too, from my furniture store. But everything else, thrifted, 100%. Oh, Miss Pierce is not thrifted, but it was gifted. Thrifted and gifted. I think there is the title of my next video. My mother gifted me this when she moved and knew I would appreciate having her in our home. Well, here's one of those things that I'm doing one thing and I get sidetracked to another. This is something I wanted to do, but now that I'm here working in the butler's pantry, I decided to do it now. I have canisters that I'm trying to fill up just to get them ready for the nice baking season. And I thought I'd do a little fun addition to make them a little Halloween-y. So right now I don't have any more of the regular flour to fill this up. So I'm going to put this aside, and I added that to my shopping list. But now that I'm doing so much baking with the flour for the bread, I do have a couple bags of bread flour that I'm going to put into this one, and I'm going to have to mark them too, just so I remember. But I'm going to slowly pour this in, and then I'm going to add some eyes with construction paper, and I also have googly eyes that I picked up the other day. I add so many googly eyes when it comes to Halloween decor. I've added them to wine glasses, to soda bottles, all kinds of things, so that when we're having a little party, they're being looked at while they're drinking. All right, so this is going to fill this up nicely. So I had a second bag out here I don't need. So I am going to mark this my bread flour so that I know what is what. I'm just going to do the same now with my sugar and fill this up at least most of the way. Just recently I just put some plastic saran. I'm trying to see if that helps keep things a little more air sealed when it comes to like brown sugar. I'll let you know, because I was trying to find even some add-on things to make these more airtight. If you know of a source, please let me know. Oh, darn it, I just opened up the flour. Ugh, that's gonna have to go in a bag and air sealed. See, I'm talking and I'm not focusing. But if you know of a way of air sealing these so that they're nice and airtight, let me know, and then I'll share it with our other kindred spirits. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some fun little construction eyes and ghost mouths for these. These are going to be my ghosts in the kitchen. Since baking season, I like to have it here more in this room than the butler's pantry. If I don't have the counter space, I'll move them back in there because I'll have 3 canisters here now. But since I'm redoing the butler's pantry, I figured I would do these now. So I'm just going to take some construction paper, and I'm just going to make some round eyes. I'm going to try to eyeball, no pun intended, the size I want to do for some oval eyes. Let's see, that might be a little small, but I'm still going to give it a try. And then, I don't know what kind of mouth I'll do, just like a wiggly mouth. I'll cut these out and then I'll see if I like the size or not. There you have it. We have some ghosts. Now let's check out the ghosts in the butler's pantry. Now I think they're cute. This is just for me, and maybe Ben will get a little giggle or a smile, who knows. But butler's pantry is getting ready for the holiday season. And then maybe I'll change these out to snowmen, like I said before. Now, if you've seen this done before, cool. If you haven't, you saw it here because I've never seen this done before. Well, kindred spirits, that's it for this week. I'm walking into the house with some sticks to decorate, but you will see that next week. Bye now.